today. Looks like that storm front's beginning to move in. I know we're looking at bad weather. From R.E. Clark's book, Life is Not a Snapshot. It's February the 1st, and he writes a thing called Grits and Eggs. Says, I can still remember lots of little occasions that transpired when I was a boy. Some of those remembrances have left an indelible mark in my life. These have gone into the mosaic that is me. Other experiences, however, were those in which I participated directly and played an even more important role. As I consider the following verse of Scripture this morning, one such memory rushed back to the front of my mind. Paul said to the Colossians, let your speech always be with grace, seasoned with salt, that you may know how you ought to answer each one. It's in Colossians 4:6. After reading this verse, I began to think about what it meant to have your speech seasoned with salt. That's when I thought about grits. Now, unless you have some connection to the South, then you may not know grits. Grits are primarily a breakfast food. It is coarsely ground corn and is cooked in hot water and served like a hot cereal. One thing about grits for me, they must be seasoned. Without salt, they are pretty much tasteless. Another thing about grits, at least for me, is they must be served with eggs. And that's where my boyhood memory picks up again. I was about 6 or 7 years old the morning that my daddy took me fishing. On our way to the lake, we stopped at a place called Toddle House to eat breakfast. I placed my order and was almost stumped when the witness asked how I wanted my eggs. Of course, she mentioned scrambled, fried, over easy, etc. But I only knew one way to serve eggs, so I responded, on top of my grits. That's where my mama always put them, and I thought it was the only way to eat grits and eggs. You see, the waitress and I were speaking the same language, but we could not understand each other. Our knowledge of grits and eggs was on two different planes. We were using the same words, but with different meanings. There is a world around us that speaks our language socially, but our speech as a Christian can be completely misconstrued. Therefore, what we say or have to say is tasteless and weird as eggs on top of grits. Make sure that your speech is stimulating so that people will desire even more of what you have to say about Christ. Well-seasoned speech will provide the answer. Don't worry about the question. The best answer is always Jesus. Good words of advice. Enjoy grits and eggs. It's not my wife's favorite, but I enjoy them very much. God bless you. Have a great day.